Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to the MetsFan884 podcast. This is episode 10. And I believe it's been 10 episodes already. Thank you for supporting the podcast. Those of you who support the podcast. Yes, had to show off my Britt Baker shirt tonight. Anyway, tonight on our podcast, we will be reviewing what happened on NXT and AEW and prepping you for SmackDown this Friday and Double or Nothing this Saturday. Big night on AEW tonight. The preview of the big football arena match between the Inner Circle and the Elite. And then with the Elite standing tall. Big tag team match tonight. Sorry about the hair, by the way. Big tag team match tonight. Won by, of course, the Good Doctor and Nyla Rose over Chris Statlander and Hikaru Shida. But it ended with Shida putting Nyla Rose through a table. Now, if we know wrestling the way we know wrestling, we know that chances are with that happening tonight, Shida's most likely going to lose on Saturday, but we never know with the wrestling world because I kind of predicted that with the last pay-per-view we did, and I was completely wrong. I predicted that Tamina was going to win the title, and I was wrong at Money in the Bank. Anyway, give me a minute while I pull up the Double or Nothing lineup, because that's the first thing we're going to talk about tonight. Is Double or Nothing coming up this Saturday live, and you can watch it on Fight TV. I think it's available on pay-per-view. I'm not sure. I haven't exactly check or not if it's going to be on pay-per-view or not. I'm pulling up the Double or Nothing card right now, and I will be running down the card and giving you my full undivided predictions of the card that's coming up this Sunday. Okay, this Double or Nothing is coming up this Saturday, and it will be from the Darley's Place and PI Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida. Here's the matches scheduled, and I will give you my predictions and the matches coming up this Saturday at Double or Nothing. First off, we have the finals of the AEW title tournament between Cody Rhodes and Lance Archer. Now, this rivalry has been heated, back and forth between the two. Jake Roberts put a snake on Brandy Rose. Lance Archer has promised to destroy Cody. Well, that remains to be seen. But I think what Arn Anderson said, nobody has AEW in their blood more than Cody. So it would probably mean a lot for Cody to win this match. But I am going to be the devil's advocate here and go for Lance Archer to win this match Saturday. I know I'm probably going to be wrong on that too, but I don't mind being wrong. There's nothing wrong with being wrong, folks. It's okay to be wrong every now and again. Next up, a match between MJF, Maxwell Jacob Friedman, and Jungle Boy from the Jurassic Express. Now, the Elite and the Jurassic Express have been going back and forth also in the past couple of weeks, especially MJF and Jungle Boy. This match is guaranteed to probably be a barn burner, but I would look for Jungle Boy to pull up the upset and give MJF his first loss in AEW. Next up, the AEW World Championship. This is probably going to be the main event of the show, if I know AEW. The champion Jon Moxley defending against Mr. Brody Lee, the Exalted One. Now, if you pay attention to the show, and most people have paid attention to the show, because if you don't pay attention to the show, you most likely miss out on a lot of things going on in the show. Brody Lee and the Dark Order attacked Jon Moxley several weeks ago, and Brody Lee took possession of the AEW World's Heavyweight Championship. Jon Moxley tonight beat the snot out of 10, broke his arm possibly with a chair, attack, and promised that this Saturday he will regain possession of his championship. Now, this reminds me of a lot of something WCW did back in the early 90s, when the NWO was first being brought into Providence. They had X-Pac steal the Cruiserweight Championship, and on the pay-per-view following, he won the title. So I'm thinking that's probably going to be the route AEW goes, and has the Exalted One, Brody Lee, win the title, but I don't want to make any wise predictions, because I could be wrong on that too, and I don't mind being wrong, but yeah, I'm picking Brody Lee to win the title this Saturday, at AEW's Double or Nothing. Next up, we have the Casino Ladder match for a future AEW World Championship match between Darby Allin, Colt Cabana, Orange Cassidy, Rey Fenix, Scorpio Sky, Kip Sabian, Frankie Kazarian, Luchasaurus, and a opponent to be named possibly as early as Friday when they do the preview show. But if they don't name it Friday at 10 on TNT when they do the preview show, they'll most likely name the opponent coming up on Saturday at the pay-per-view. Now, depending on who the opponent is, this match could go either way. I'm looking for probably whoever the mystery opponent is to pull off this match, and the winner will get a championship match against whoever the AEW champion is in the future. I can't really pick a prediction of this match because I don't know who the next opponent is, so probably on Friday, if they reveal the person on Friday, I'll give you my prediction. If not, then I don't know what to tell you, folks. Nyla Rose, who I mentioned earlier, won a huge match tonight with Dr. Britt Baker as her tag team partner. By the way, the Doc is fine. She looked injured at the end of the match. She's fine, folks. The Doc's strong. It's going to take a lot more than a match against an alien and Sheeta to take her down. Anyway, like I said, Nyla Rose will defend the AEW Women's World Championship against Hikaru Shida. This match will be no disqualification. That means anything goes. What you saw tonight with them putting Nyla through a table, legal. Whatever they want to do to the match, legal. Now, Nyla Rose has been a pretty good AEW Women's Champion. But I look for the title to change this Saturday. It's just me. Everybody's rooting for Sheeta. The momentum she has, especially after tonight when putting Nyla through the table, looks like she could be heading for a championship reign. And it could start this Saturday. So my prediction for that match will be Hikaru Shida. Next up, the Good Doctor. Britt Baker will go one-on-one with the Alien Warrior, Chris Statlander. Now, this match was signed last week during the number one contenders match when Hikaru Shida won the match while Britt Baker was outside the ring with the lockjaw on Statlander. Now, Statlander is a big fan favorite. I'm still trying to figure out why. I gotta admit, she's growing on me too. But you know me. Gotta stay loyal to my doctor. So, I'm picking Britt Baker. Next up, we have a tag team match to determine the number one contenders for the AEW World Tag Team titles between Private Party and Best Friends. Now, Private Party pulled off a huge victory last night on Dark. Best Friends pulled off a huge victory tonight Private Party pulled off a huge victory last night on Dark. Best Friends pulled off a huge victory tonight on Dynamite. Both teams heading into Double or Nothing with momentum this Saturday. It should be a good match. AEW tag team matches usually go either way. But I gotta pick Best Friends to win this one. And next, the Stadium Stampede match that we talked about earlier. Matt Hardy and the Elite against Chris Jericho and the Inner Circle. Now, this match is going to be nuts. The ring will be on the 50th yard line, for what Tony Schiavone said tonight. This means this match is going to be wild and woolly. They're going to have a whole football stadium to their disposal. And the first person to get a pinfall, if I'm not mistaken, wins the match. This might put me in a little hot water with all the Inner Circle fans out there, but I'm rooting for the Elite in this one. And last but not least, the Natural, Dustin Rhodes versus Shawn Spears. Now, Dustin Rhodes and Shawn Spears have been going back and forth over the last couple of weeks. It's been huge. It's been unbelievable. But I definitely look for Shawn Spears to be defeated in this match this Saturday. That's the lineup for Double or Nothing. You can watch Double or Nothing on pay-per-view. I think it's available on Fight TV as well. Now, we're going to take a little sideline off before I get to NXT. We lost another legend. We lost another wrestler this week. Chad Gaspard. They discovered his body earlier today after being lost at sea. Lost a few days after being out swimming with his son. Apparently, he saved his son's life before he disappeared. So, thoughts and prayers are out to the family of Chad Gaspard. Now, to NXT. Now, you know me. I really didn't pay much attention to NXT. I was switching back and forth, and NXT and AEW are never on at the same time. I know that Dexter Lumis has formed a partnership with Keith Lee. They took out the Undisputed Era tonight. I know Dexter Lumis has formed a partnership with. Dexter Lumis formed a partnership with Velveteen Dream. They took out the UE tonight. Of course, Velveteen Dream is still looking for his World Championship match with Adam Cole after being screwed out of the title several weeks back. So I look for that match to happen at Takeover in Your House. The event and the night ended tonight with the Queen Charlotte Flair attacking both Rhea Ripley and Io Shirai. Now, I predicted on a podcast, or I think it was on a podcast or on Twitter itself, that this is going to lead to a triple threat. That's exactly what it's looking like, folks. It's looking like this match is going to head 12 gauge head first right into a triple threat at Takeover in Your House on the 6th of June. Is the 7th? No, it's the 7th of June. I'm sorry. It looks like this is going to head straight to a triple threat between Rhea, Io, and Charlotte. Now, what I was mentioning earlier with Keith Lee is that Mia Yim had a match tonight. I forgot who she faced. And after the match, Candice LeRae came down. You know, Candice LeRae and Johnny Gargano are now the new dark heel couple of NXT. They attempted to attack Mia. Keith Lee came down to fend off the attack. And basically, we might be looking down the barrel of a mixed tag match between the two. That's going to be interesting to see what goes on down the road. And Lord Sir William Regal. Triple threat match. That's going to be good. He booked a triple threat match next week between hold on, let me try to remember. Oh yeah, there we go. It's coming to me, folks. Hold on. Drake Maverick, Kushida, and Jake Atlas. And the winner will face Phantasma, in the finals of the Cruiserweight Championship tournament. I'm quite sure that finals will happen in Your House as well. Speaking of In Your House, I don't know if you people are doing the same thing I'm doing, but get ready for In Your House. But I've been reliving all the old In Your House pay-per-views on the network. Bringing back a lot of memories. I didn't know half this stuff happened because I was all tied up in WCW back in the day. But this stuff is really entertaining. Also, if you're online and if you're on Twitter, they're asking a question on Twitter. who should be the newest, who, if anybody, who should be the first female member to join Seth Rollins' group, because we saw this past Monday night on Raw that Austin Theory joined Seth's group after being kicked to the curb by Zelina Vega. Everybody is saying Ruby Riott. I disagree. I disagree. I think that if she joins that group, it will just be WWE changing her entire persona, and she does not need that. She would benefit from it, yeah, but it will just be WWE changing something that does not need to be changed at all. Besides, I think we all know how Seth Rollins groups usually end anyway. And speaking of wrestling, Twitter, it's been getting very, very creepy on Twitter with everybody, with the whole thing with Becky's announcement. I'm with the majority. I'm thinking Becky should have kept this on wraps instead of saying it out loud. Because now people are getting just like extra creepy. It is getting really creepy. I'm talking creepy. Also, speaking of WWE, Sasha Banks has released a Cameo page. That's, for those of you who never done Cameo, it's when your favorite celebrity, or in this case a WWE superstar, can send you a personal video. I've done one myself. I've had one done for me. I got one with Lacey Evans. So if you want to do one with Sasha, it will cost you $250. Worth the price admission, in my view. Worth the price. I have a few followers that's already ordered one. I don't know how many more people are going to order it. But $250 is a good bargain, depending on if you want to think about what some people charge for those things. Some people charge about what? I heard Roman Reigns charges about $500 for his, $300 for his. I heard some people charge like $400 or $500 for theirs. Sasha is a bargain compared to everybody else who does those. Some of them charge about $500 to $1,000. $250 is a bargain compared to what, $500 or $1,000. If I had that much, which I don't, I get it. Oh yeah, and I think a lot of people are like taking daggers at Nia Jax now, and rightfully so, because a lot of people don't like Nia. They're saying she's unsafe, and I gotta agree. I have to agree. If you haven't checked out the Dark Side of the Ring special with Owen Hart, please do. I'm gonna watch it tomorrow when I get time, since there's no live with Matt and Leah tomorrow. If you haven't checked out Live with Matt and Leah with Carmella and Corey Graves on Instagram, on Carmella's Instagram page, I prefer you do it on Friday when it returns. They have a major announcement it's supposed to be dropping. And it's guaranteed to be huge. And no, like they said this morning, Carmella's not pregnant. They're not engaged. Stop trying to guess. Just tune in Friday morning at 10 o'clock on Instagram, on Carmella's Instagram page at Carmella WWE, and find out what the announcement is. Stop trying to guess, because it's not going to happen. Oh yeah, I want your opinions under this video, since you can probably comment better on videos on Instagram if I should move this podcast to Instagram or keep it on my Facebook page. Keep it on my YouTube page. Because I'm looking for more subscribers, but it seems like people aren't subscribing. I'm guessing it's because they don't like this face, or just people are not big fans of the podcast yet. But if you follow me on Twitter, please recommend this podcast. If you know any friends that like podcasts, recommend this podcast. I need subscribers. I'm at 900 followers on Twitter, which thankfully I don't know how my sideways ass got the 900 followers on Twitter. Everybody basically makes me look like I'm the Antichrist of Twitter, but yet somehow I got 900 followers. Why? I don't know. And how I got the 900 followers. Thank you, everybody who follows me. But I just don't know how it happened. I'm hoping to get more followers. I'm hoping sooner or later I can get back into the good graces fully of the internet wrestling community and the Twitter wrestling community. I think I'm already halfway in the good graces of the Twitter wrestling community, because I wouldn't have 900 followers if I wasn't. But I don't think the internet wrestling community is going to fully forgive me yet for all the crap I've done on past accounts. But I gotta say, this is probably my most successful account to date. Anyway, Friday night on SmackDown. For what I know about Friday night on SmackDown, we're supposed to have the Intercontinental Championship Tournament continuing. Sheamus versus Jeff Hardy. Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles. And a mixed tag team match between Dolph Ziggler and Miss Jealousy herself, Sonya Deville, against Mandy Rose and Otis. We will review that event on Friday's podcast, right before we do the Q&A. Oh yeah, if you want to still send me questions, you can send me questions. If you friend me on Facebook, you can send me questions at my Facebook. If you friend me on Facebook, you should already know what my Facebook is. So I shouldn't have to tell you. But if you would like to send me questions through my Twitter account, it's at MetsFan884. I will answer your questions on Friday's podcast, which will be Friday, May the 22nd, the second to last Friday of the month of May. Memorial Day coming up Monday. Memorial Day Monday will be the, believe it or not, 24th anniversary of the night Scott Hall walked in the WCW and to begin the NWO. Wow, it's been that long. Crazy, huh? Time goes fast. I don't know what kind of Memorial Day we're going to have here in New York with everything still closed. It's going to be a crazy, crazy Memorial Day. And next weekend is the one weekend between the next 3 weekends we have with no wrestling. This Saturday is Double or Nothing. Following weekend, no wrestling. The 6th is in your house, and the 14th, the 7th is in your house, and the 14th is Backlash. So that's a lot to look forward to. We have Chapter 3 of Undertaker's Last Ride this Sunday. If you haven't checked out the previous 2 chapters, please do. It's captivating. If you haven't subscribed to my podcast yet, you can go to the link is on my page. So just click on my page. The link is right there. Click on the subscribe. Click on the link. Click on the subscribe. Click on the little bell thingy to know when I post a new podcast. If you like to follow me on Twitter, please try not to start beef on my Twitter, because I'm not trying to start beef with you. If I started beef with anybody today, it's probably because I don't know what I say sometimes. I have no filter between my head and my mouth, and I need to have a filter. If I start any beef, I'm sorry, because I'm trying to keep this account alive for my podcast. You don't know how it feels to go all to sleep every night having to worry about what's going on your account. But like I said, if you want to follow me. I'm almost at 1,000 followers. I still can't believe how that happened. Anyway, see y'all Friday.